Welcome to the Local Marketing Source Weekly Update, brought to you by localmarketingsource.com.
This week's Local Marketing Update is brought to you by Scott Gallagher. Scott is the co-founder of Local Marketing Source and has become the recognized expert in providing online marketing services to local businesses. Follow Scott on Twitter at ScottGallagher5 and on Facebook.com/ScottPGallagher.
There we go. Well, hey guys, Scott Gallagher here with Local Marketing Source, and this is our weekly local marketing industry update. Sorry for the short 2-minute late start. The input on my microphone was wrong, and I don't have my external mic hooked up, so I apologize for that. But let's get going. We've got this is going to be a relatively short call. There hasn't been a lot that has changed this week, but so I thought I'd go over some education aspects in regards to quality of content, so I'll put together some good points for all of that. But we're also going to talk about Google starting to support something called temporary business closings and Facebook updates. Facebook's got a new algorithm update, and I thought I would talk about that, how it would apply to local, and some of it doesn't apply, but it's still good information for what we do. So on that note, let's get going. See if there's any questions or hands up before we get started, or we don't have that. So, all right, and nobody's got their hand up. So, Google just announced today, actually, that Google is starting to support temporary business closings, and essentially, it's almost partially supporting temporary business closures, and it's a process that puts a message on the business knowledge panel page. So but currently there's no public-facing interface for this. It's only in the back end, and it still keeps all the business details that are on there and whatnot. And so it's just, this is just evidence that Google is continuing to cater to the variety of different types of business. I remember a year and a half ago, we couldn't, for the times that they were open. You could only put one time of the day. A business couldn't open and close twice in a day. And, at least with the chiropractic industry, that's very common. So that's nice to see. Now, Facebook updates its news feed. Its algorithm has been updated to show more timely and authentic stories. Well, this was started to be pushed out, I guess, during the political battle of the last year, and how a lot of fake news stories have started to balloon out and come out. And it's making a significant impact. And so Facebook has come out with 2 algorithm updates. One that is focused on time signals to improve the prominence of news stories, and the other is to better rank authentic content. So this was an announcement that was ultimately made, and according to Facebook, authenticity is based on a variety of different factors, which includes categorizing certain pages to identify whether they solicited likes or posted spam in the past. So this is a Facebook page. And if you run a page that has tried to game the Facebook feed, you've got to consider yourself unlucky. It's almost like SEO and the algorithm update of Panda in terms of link quality, and how, back in the day you'd fire 10,000 links at a page, and now you're getting hurt for that. So asking for likes or comments or shares is a big no-no. And this update will likely penalize whether or not your content that you share is considered authentic. Facebook also leverages user behavior. So if posts are hidden by a particular user, Facebook considers the page content to be unauthentic. And Facebook also looks at real-time signals to amplify the visibility of posts. Now, these signals include recent comments from friends or posts, and if there's a lot of engagement about a particular topic or a page, that will definitely be a positive factor in the algorithm feed. Well, that leads me, that was it for the updates for this week. Like I said, there really wasn't a lot that I was able to pull out. So I've got, I want to talk a little bit about how to go above and beyond with your content. We talk about content is king in marketing, and content is so important, and to get all of this exposure. And just had a brain fart. I need to make a note here. And we want to make content that stands out. Just like we were talking about engagement with Facebook in the recent update, content engagement is an important factor that is looked at in the algorithm and whatnot to determine quality of content. This is on the Google side, on the Google side. And so, how do we make content more relevant for a particular reader? Whether it's, written content or video content or image content or whatnot, we're typically talking about written content. And if you have a blog post or an article, photos and image add a big impact to that. People are visual beings, and images add a lot to the concept of quality of content. So always keep that in mind, or using screenshots. And there's tools out there that can help you capture screenshots if you're on a PC, on a Mac. I use Shift Command 4 and then take my screenshot that way. Now, just like photos and images and different screenshots, obviously videos are important. And there's a lot of different tools that are out there to help create videos and different online tools and whatnot. Just like what I'm doing right now, a podcast. And podcasts are great to help you to grow your brand or your client's brand. And they offer a lot there. And downloads is yet another one. If you've got some sort of download that goes along with content, for example, a PDF or, a study that has been done, or a downloadable map of the place, or a downloadable menu. So, unique information. There's a lot of information that could be written that goes onto a particular website, but certain things don't necessarily need to go on a website, and they will make an opportunity for a great post. As an example, I just did one on teeth whitening for a dentist, and even though we've got some very formal content on the website about teeth whitening, this was a very informal approach and provided a different perspective and different information from the dentist that was ultimately unique. And, don't be afraid to put outbound links. Back in the day, we were afraid of outbound links, that it kind of diluted page rank, and that's not the case. Outbound links build an element of credibility, especially if you're citing certain sources of certain studies and data and information like that. So that brings a lot to it as well. And just, keep these things in mind when you're creating this type of content. It will definitely bring you a lot of value, better content that's going to get more shares, more exposure, and ultimately bring greater authority to the business that you're ultimately trying to rank. Now, as you know, sometimes these calls are 20 minutes long, sometimes they're an hour long. Today I'm at 11 minutes, and my shortest call was 7 minutes. And, I don't want to just keep talking. I try to hit 20 minutes as a minimum, but I don't want to keep talking for 9 minutes just to fill in fluff. I did cover the main points of what the updates were this week. So on that note, I'm just going to go and take 30 seconds, and I'll come back and answer any questions that you guys might have. Okay. I just got a message from Tish that she doesn't have any sound, but everything seems to be good at this end here. Oh, she said background sound. Background noise. What are you typing? It's good now. Okay. It's God now. It's good. It's good to Buddha now. It's God now. You're funny, Tisha. I do that too. Type and hit enter a little too quick. But it happens. So, all right, well, I guess this was the end of the call, guys. I don't have any questions today. That's usually a good sign. All right, well, then I'm going to go ahead and end this call, and you guys have yourself a good day. Bye for now.
Well, thanks for watching the Local Marketing Industry Update. We've got these things coming out every single week, so if you liked with what you heard, just click the button right above me right here to subscribe to our channel. If you'd like to get a little bit more, right over here, go check out localmarketingsource.com. We've got free reports that you can grab. You can even register for a free marketing course to get in and see the portal. Or just go ahead and follow us on some of the social channels. We'll be around. Until next time.